right, Norman. Hey, congratulations for Saturdays. Such a fun series.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's going to be a very watchable series. A lot of people are going to talk about it, but we got to know is where this original idea came from.
Well, actually, it's always been there, but Disney approached me a couple years ago because they watched a previous movie I made called Vance, and they were like, you know what? We want to do a show in the roller skating space. And so I said, okay. And so at the same time, they had met with Marseille Martin's people and talking about the same thing. And so I knew them, they knew me. We got together. Marseille is a dynamic young teenager doing great things. And so I felt like, you know what, this is a good team to be a part of. And so we got together and cooked it up and you got what you got. So
it is delightful because I grew up in Chicago, south of Chicago, back in the early '80s, and I didn't realize the skating culture is still around.
oh my gosh, in Chicago is deep. I mean, it's if any place, Chicago is, the mecca of skating, and so, we knew that when we did the movie and it just felt like the right place to actually want to, to do a show like this. I'm not saying they don't skate in Wisconsin. I'm just saying they're not known for it. So Chicago is known for their pizza and skating. So I'm like, we got to go there and do it. And so it was a great experience because, just that history of skating there and those skaters that we actually got there to actually help us with the show with our skaters and what's the vibe like in the rinks there, that it just paid dividends.
Tell us about highlighting the skater of I want to say what of the week of the episode per se.
Yeah, you know what? The idea just came from wanting to show everyday people around the globe skating because you can't turn the channel without seeing somebody, a commercial or something showing that. So I just was like, you know what, it'd be great to highlight some of these skaters who don't really have the platform other than social media, but put them on this stage, Disney Global, and just see them in their environment doing their thing, having a good time skating and so on and so forth. So we just, we took so many tapes in and we just picked our 15 and, every week you'll see somebody from the States or from Spain or from Portugal, or whatever. It's like we got them from everywhere. So it was great.
Tell us about the animation sequences that you use in every episode. That it's refreshing. It's different.
Yes. So I mean, we wanted a different. In the show, Paris is a little over the top. So every once in a while, she does a little too much. So as opposed to showing like a flashback of live action flashback. I thought it would be kind of cool since kids really love animation to see it done in animation. And so, I came up with this idea, like anytime she's doing too much, we'll flash back to her doing too much, just animated. And I think that just kind of like elevated the show even more. So I just think those are really fun bits. And then with animation, you could just do so much more. You know what I mean? So it's like this happened, but when we actually animate it, we make it even bigger and more spectacular. So.
All this production is set in Illinois. Tell us about the sets that you actually use, and is it advantageous to film it there?
Yeah, I mean, well, the sets we used, I mean, we built to, now I take that back. We shot on location in Markham, right? And so one thing, which was a great story, was Markham was going through some hardships for their rink. So we were able to come in and just transform it for that community. So now, even though we're not in the space, people who are skating in there now are reaping the benefits of, wow, look at this place. This place has been here for so long, but now the show comes into the town and totally transformed the space. And so now when they're skating there this Saturday night, when this show comes out on the 24th, they're like, we're in the same place as this show. So I think, it was great to come in and actually like give back to the community because actually they were like, we were kind of their saving grace. And at the same time, they helped us be able to create the atmosphere that, that made the show. So.
Well, I have to admit, this is a community sitcom. in its own way, and people are going to love it, and people are going to spend their Saturday nights watching Saturday.
Oh, well, Friday nights.
Friday nights. Friday,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes. You can watch it on Disney Plus on Saturday, but Friday nights, absolutely.
Thank you very much, Norman. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty.